A waitress in Colorado has now taken to social media to educate people in America as to how labor laws in America work. The moment Taylor Cordova received a tip of $0 on a bill of $187.43, she immediately took a picture of the receipt and posted it to Facebook. Along with this message: whenever you feel like it's probably fine to not tip your server, that's one more bill stacking up because they're short on money. This is food for the week that our families will go without because you didn't think it was necessary, even after asking for everything under the sun and receiving it free of charge, mind you. This is one less basic necessity my daughter needs because even $2 more is too much for you. Every decision has a consequence. Servers are paid a base pay of $2 minus 5 per hour depending on the employer, so next time you don't want to tip, regardless of the situation prior to receiving your bill, think about how much you would have to work that week off $2 minus 5 per hour to feed your family, not just you. Could you pay your bills based on the pay alone? Could you feed your family and yourself? Because that's what happens when you choose to not tip. The facts she gives in her statement above are all backed up by the U.S. Department of Labor, which on their own website states that an employer of a tipped employee is only required to pay $2.13 per hour in direct wages if that amount combined with the tips received at least equals the federal minimum wage. Her message went viral in no time and has been shared over 15,000 times. The Guardian reports, an Applebee's diner refused to leave a tip for religious reasons. The waitress who exposed it wonders if Jesus will pay her bills. There will always be people who stiff waiters on tips, but it's really personal. I was a waitress at Applebee's restaurant in St. Louis. I was fired Wednesday for posting a picture on Reddit.com of a note a customer left on a bill. I posted it on the web as a light-hearted joke. This didn't even happen at my table. The note was left for another server, who allowed me to take a picture of it at the end of the night. Someone had scribbled on the receipt, "I give God 10%. Why do you get 18? I assumed the customer's signature was illegible, but I quickly started receiving messages containing Facebook profile links and websites, asking me to confirm the identity of the customer. I refused to confirm any of them, and all were incorrect. I worked with the Reddit moderators to remove any personal information. I wanted to protect the identity of both my fellow server and the customer. I had no intention of starting a witch hunt or hurting anyone. Now I've been fired." The person who read the note came across an article about it, called the Applebee's location, and demanded everyone be fired. Me, the server who allowed me to take the picture, the manager on duty at the time, the manager not on duty at the time, everyone. It seems I was fired not because Applebee's was represented poorly, not because I did anything illegal or against company policy, but because I embarrassed this person. In light of the situation, I would like to make a statement on behalf of wait staff everywhere. We make $3.50 an hour. Most of my paychecks are less than pocket change because I have to pay taxes on the tips I make. Now let's keep in mind for a second the fact that we only know one side of these stories and we don't know what kind of service either of these waitresses offered the respective diners. But either way, most people don't understand how waiters and waitresses get paid. When people see the minimum wage numbers, they automatically think everyone makes at least that and that those numbers are reserved for only people who work in the fast food industry, which is not the case. Waiters have always had an hourly wage of less than minimum wage and the tips would make up for what they don't make per hour. And most who are good at their jobs earn a pretty decent wage doing it. But those who are lazy and never bring you your food, we've all had those, usually end up quitting and getting a government job instead. Please share in hopes this educates people about the obligation to leave a tip if you are treated well by the next waiter who serves your food. For the web powered by Zergnet, here's who Jackie Kennedy thought had her husband killed. The real reason Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux split. This is what's at the center of Bristol Palin's divorce. U.S. figure skating star addresses mystery over leg tattoo. The victims of the Florida school shooting revealed. Here's what the letter sent with powder to Trump Jr. said.